Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Summit 3. It's time now for day number 2 of our SEA qualifiers, phase number 2. We started with 8 teams. We still have 8, but 2 of them have been knocked down to the lower bracket. They're going to have a tough road here, and well, today we'll see 2 more teams get knocked down, 2 more teams punch their ticket to the winner bracket semifinals, get a lot closer to that one land berth that we've got for the SEA teams. And with that said, GoDz, it's going to be CSW versus Fieva.
Yep.
5EVA.
I don't know how you say this name.
Fieva.
Is it meant to be? I feel like it's meant to be.
Sever.
It's like the meme version of forever. Why isn't it just forever? Like
I don't know. They're trying to be.
It's one step further than forever is 5EVA.
Well,
like,
and then their names just make no sense. But
it's their initials, I guess.
We're going to talk more about them in just a moment, guys. We've got brackets that I think we might be able to show. If not, we'll just hop into the game. But we're going to show you something different very soon. We'll click a button here. We'll do things. And yeah, there you go. We've got brackets to start off the show. Ray versus Mineski will be your winner bracket semifinal number 1. And as mentioned, the 2 winners of the matches we'll have today will be winner bracket semifinal number 2. With that said, we do have a draft underway here, GoDz. Okay. So I think without any further ado,
let's get into it.
We're going to hop into it.
All right.
We have hopped into it. Here
CSW versus 5EVA. So for those of you confused, you see this 5EVA team, like, who are these guys? This is the numerical roster. It's kind of the combination of some of the kind of top players from First Departure, as well as Insidious Idol, Miracle, Lubby, Pelusin, Ysera, as well as Chibix. And that's basically what these letters stand for. I don't know why they've decided let's just take the first initial, but
they're just being assholes to casters. That's actually all they're doing with this. They're like, let's just make the casters look bad.
Maybe they're trying to be nice and say, hey, look, you don't have to remember, like, sound complicated, weird Southeast Asian / Chinese names. You just have a letter. Like, how can you get the letter M wrong?
You get it wrong because you don't say Miracle, and then people are like, you don't know that's Miracle?
Yeah,
oh my
true.
God, dumbass caster.
Well,
no, I'm sure they have some reason for it. But let's talk about the draft here, GoDz. It's going to be an Axe Naga first phase ban. That's some Miracle respect on that Naga ban, if I've ever seen one. Yeah. I mean, my goodness, when's the last time we've seen a core Naga? It's been. Ooh. I mean, we've seen like I feel like I've cast 2 or 3 in the past 3 to 4 weeks, but that's it. Just not very much.
Very few and far between this. Instead, it's going to be a Sniper Enigma opening. So get the Enigma early on. That was in response to the Venge, so you've already got 1 count to the Black Hole, but still one of the fantastic junglers that is available. Chen being taken out of the pool, Sniper being Sniper, and CSW get a good kind of jumper as far as catching out the Sniper in the Storm Spirit pickup. So we'll see what the 2 teams have in mind as far as fleshing out the rest of their drafts go.
Yeah, you really want these gap closers against the Sniper. It's interesting, though, to see CSW go ahead and ban that Clockwork. PPD on record in his videos about DAC is saying he thinks Clockwork is the hero to counter Sniper, but CSW going to ban it out themselves. Technically, 5EVA, 4EVA, Sever, whatever. They need an offlaner, probably. They could run the offlane Enigma, but more likely this will be.
They need an offlaner. They need a new team name, LD. What is this? But we'll see what comes out from them. They get the Skywrath Mage here, so get some silence, get some kind of burst damage, and it's a good hero as far as approaching the Storm Spirit is concerned. CSW now, see what they have in mind. This team, led by GoDz on the captain's seat, has been doing pretty well. I'd say they're kind of one of the more consistent teams over the last kind of 3 or 4 months, but at the same time, they haven't really had any crazy breakout performances at the same time. The tournaments they've won and the kind of accomplishments they've got have come in much kind of smaller scale events and just against their kind of SEA brethren. They've yet to do well in kind of a big, large scale event. They did pretty poorly during the DAC Asian qualifiers.
Yeah, I think they finished 2nd to last out of, was it 16 teams? I believe it was. So
sounds right.
Not a good showing for a team that their last event before that, they finished 2nd on land. So maybe they're just a land team, but the problem for Australian teams is normally getting to those lands in the first place. So with that said, the Bristleback now, the pickup here for 5EVA. We'll see what CSW want to do. They have that Wisp Storm. This could be the Wisp partner. Obviously, Storm benefits a lot from the mana. And I feel like they are very lacking in team fight here. So there's 2 directions they can go. One is to balance out their draft and get something that can fight a little more head-on against 5EVA. The other is going to be just to go all in on this gank.
Option 3 is always the Tiny.
Yeah, well,
you've got your Wisp, you get your Tiny.
You're not really wanting to team fight into a Bristle Enigma.
Yeah.
With that Tiny, not early on, but well, it's in the name, I guess. They forgot an S, but Otherwise, it's can't say wisps, so...
Musica could not pronounce the hero Wisp.
So that's why it's whips?
Yep. He just
Is that an Australian thing?
Well,
or is that just a Musica thing?
It's a Musica thing.
Okay.
He's he kind of grew up in Singapore, and I mean, I guess without being too offensive here, I guess partly because of I don't know, his Asian accent, he just couldn't pronounce the word wisp here, and that was something which the rest of the CSW team found hilarious. So they're like, let's name a team name after Musica's lack of enunciation. But it's going to be the Magnus for now. This is a hero that beefs up those right-click carries with the Empower, but there's no clear hero to be empowering right now. PA gets banned out, so it could be that's either a PA or a Tiny Hat to get banned there. If you're CSW, you don't really pick the Magnus if you're not looking to pick up some big right-clicker that benefits from the Empower. I'd be shocked if they're just getting the Magnus for the team fight and not for the Empower as well.
Yeah, Magnus generally struggles a bit against the Skywrath as well, at least until he gets that BKB. A lot of ways to interrupt his initiation, and they're going to go Spirit Breaker here in 5 Eva, so they get a hero that can just hunt that Wisp all over the map, also good at ganking Storm early on in the laning stage. So now you've got a Skywrath Sniper and a Spirit Breaker that can all just descend on this middle lane, and, well, we're going to have a Sniper, Bristleback as cores, and then I suppose it's a bit of a question as to whether or not they want to run that support Spirit Breaker in the jungle Enigma, or even put the Spirit Breaker in the offlane, or sorry, the support Spirit Breaker in the offlane Enigma, or the jungle Enigma, as well as the offlane Spirit Breaker. So 5 Eva, technically, it could go either way.
Okay.
CK? Huh.
Damn, that's a hero you don't get to see all too often. And looking at every time I see a Chaos Knight, I think, how much AoE did the other team have? And I look at 5 Eva and I think very little. Shrapnel's very annoying. It's good AoE damage, and the slow against CK as well as his illusions can be very annoying to deal with. But Reality can kind of make up for that. Quill Spray is physical damage, and that's something which Chaos Knight can actually match up better to compared to the magic nuke damage of kind of AoE heroes. So.
Yeah, they have
pretty good CK game.
They have your Black Hole, Midnight Pulse, but that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Not really great solutions for the Chaos Knight.
Man, this is the first Chaos Knight I've seen in months, it feels like. This is a hero which has really fallen off. I mean, it's not even that it's fallen off, it just hasn't been relevant.
It's been fallen off.
To say he's fallen off implies that for a while he was like a top tier pick, and that was
I remember
not
one
the case.
game where Chaos Knight did anything. Well, hell, where I saw the hero. Eternal Envy played it. It was, I forget who it was against. They won the game. The Chaos Knight did fine. But there was never a point in that game where you're like, Tiny could not have done the exact same thing.
Yep.
Let's see if Chaos Knight can prove us wrong. He's going to have Empower at his side, as well as, of course, his Wisp Vengeful Spirit duo. Because of that, decent early Roche potential here. And it does increase his farm potential having that Empower. Normally, that's one of Chaos Knight's biggest weaknesses as a hero, but with the Empower, he may be able to keep up to some extent with what a Tiny would achieve. Not the same, but at least you can be in the same ballpark, even if you're in the nosebleed seats.
So look like Miracle going to be on the Spirit Breaker, so possibly kind of a known for his kind of carry play, playing those annoying split pushes, his Naga Siren, even playing mid heroes, like he's played all kind of funky heroes like mid LCs, but he's going to be your offlaner here, it looks like, with the Spirit Breaker pickup. I guess it could go many ways. You've got Spirit Breaker, you've got Bristleback. One of those two heroes is going to be safe lane farm, one's going to be off lane. Lubby likely to be on the jungle Enigma. But interesting kind of pickup from Miracle. Not a hero he's particularly known for as far as he's concerned.
All right, we'll have an unpause. Away we go. We're going to have 5 Eva on the Radiant side. We've got Ysera playing the Bristleback. Lubby going to be handling your Enigma. Miracle on the Space Cow. It's Palossum on the Scarith Mage, and it's Chibix handling the Sniper. I actually got them all. I've yet to cast this team, but I am sure I will forget all their names within the next 2 minutes.
It's one of those things, I saw their initials in lobby, I'm like, oh god, I'm not going to know this. And then I just went down this, I'm like, whoa. All right.
Wow.
We can do this, LD. We're actually Dota 2 casters. Well, no, not that about being Dota 2 casters. It's about these players. They tried to fool us, but nope, they couldn't do it. So we're on top of this.
All it takes is changing one character to make us look like dumbasses, though. It's that easy.
Suddenly you're like, who is X? Like, what's going on here? This isn't Extinct. He doesn't play for 5 Eva.
Well, at the rate that the SCA rosters are turning over, maybe he will in a week or two. But for now, they're up against CSW. You're going to have 2D as your offlane. Magnus off in the Dire jungle will be GoDz playing the IO. Chains on the Chaos Knight. Musica handling your Storm Spirit, and it does leave 3/4/3 on the Venge. They're going to break the tree line here, and I guess we'll see the Wisp stacking. Storm is a hero that can farm this up. Maybe the Chaos Knight with Empower can later, but I guess as a plan C, it's your Magnus who can look to clear out those stacks and get his Blink Dagger at some point.
So very interesting. Miracle has been the carry for this team, and he's going to be going on a safe lane farming Spirit Breaker. You do not see this hero played as a carry. 9 times out of 10, he's an offlaner. The other 10% of the time, he's a 4-position support. This is like
I don't think this is actually Miracle. I think he's smurfing. He's not playing under the letter M. It's absolutely impossible that Miracle would not play a hero that is good at farming.
I can confirm it's his Steam account. Like it's definitely his Steam account.
All right, they're on LAN and someone else is using his account.
Yeah, they may have like done a little switcheroo, you know?
That's definitely what's happening here. Uh-oh. See, in a lot of trouble.
Oh.
Chibik's going to have to back himself out. They just lobbed out that Reality Rift, pulled him into harm's way, and already this is not going to work. Sniper mid against this duo, if they don't have someone here to protect him and they don't gank the lane, he's either not getting gold or experience, or he's probably dying. Very unlikely that Chibix doesn't die against this dual lane.
Their lanes are pretty weak. They've got the Enigma in the jungle, which means they just don't have that same kind of defensive power or support potential in lanes. Enigma not really a hero known for coming to help out lanes until kind of your earliest Enigma wants to come out is when he hits level 6 to go for that first black hole on a mid hero or a carry hero, but he could theoretically look to help around the level 4, level 5 stage, but not really a good initiator.
You could already see Chibix pinning himself out. Like, guys, I'm going to need some help here. This is not my lane. And we'll see Palasan heed the call of the sniper. And the dwarf has his way with the Skyrath. He'll mosey on towards mid and try and bail him out of a very sticky situation.
So as far as with the other lane, Spirit Break in a 1v1 against Magnus. Which is
well, thanks for the help, Palasan, already. You're almost dead. If that's a 2-second stun, he is dead. One more auto attack. Kaboom! Down he goes. GoDz in life. The tower not cooperating. Shrapnel not really doing much. He's able to bottle himself through this Miracle. Well, time to help out my friends. He's going to charge right over a ward. Instead, your Wisp goes back the other way. Tethers down to the low ground. Out of regen, though. Coming in hot. There's a stun. They can't get it off because the bash comes through. The charge. Not enough, though. Miracle slowed down. Can't get off that auto attack. And will end up the Wisp surviving. They get the first blood. They even force Miracle out of lane. He loses a lot of HP. Free time for Tootie here in the bottom lane, who will snag an illusion rune. Not particularly useful, as the charge is back towards the bottom lane, it looks like.
Luckily, just a 1-second stun underneath that tower. 2-second stun wouldn't have killed him necessarily. Mid lane, they're back in. They got the sniper.
Well, lane's over, folks. Nothing to see here. Just a sniperino on the feed train.
Well, the new CK, the Reality Rift, does a lot more damage than it used to. The bonus damage on that attack out of Reality Rift got heavily buffed in a recent patch, but the hero just inherently is kind of weak, but his laning stage is phenomenal. That's where this hero really needs to shine, and we're seeing it here at the mid lane, looking to punish a sniper pick, and so far, so good. 4 CS, 1 death. Sniper's having a rough time.
Looks like they want to stack the Ancients here. Palasan can't get much done mid, but he's going to try to give his team a little bit of a comeback mechanic here off in the jungle. Lubby, for now, continuing his farm. He has been mostly unchecked. Already about to hit level 4. Going to crack it around that 3-minute mark. So at least the Enigma has a good time here. Even your Bristleback in the offlane, though, hardly dominating in terms of CS. He does have his boots, his magic stick. He's doing okay, but with the Skyrath going mid, not dominating by any stretch. I mean, dare I say it, they're losing 2 lanes, gods. This Magnus getting this much out of the offlane early is... he's already level 5.
I think you could stretch that and say they're losing 3 lanes even. Which lane's going particularly well? I mean,
Bristle's not feeding top lane, and they do have the Enigma in the jungle. I feel like between the two of them, maybe they're even on 1 lane.
Yeah, top lane's pretty even right now. Musica, though, getting, I guess, more farm than the Bristleback is. But yeah, as an offlaner, your Bristle's not expected to win that lane.
At the same time, if the Skyrath's there, they maybe have a shot at winning the lane. So in that sense, it is a loss for 5-Eva. Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe it is all 3 lanes being lost.
Skyrath is spending some good time stacking these Ancients, which is going to be farm for the Bristleback. So that's where Bristleback, at least, while his laning stage is going decent, his mid-game is going to be very scary if he can farm those Ancients, get some fast, early kind of tempo control items up for himself and his team. So the jungle's being won, though. 5-Eva have an Enigma. CSW, well, they've got lane supports, but hey, there's a couple kills, there's a farm advantage. CSW going to be more than happy to not contest the Enigma's jungle for the time being.
Well, there was a Storm Spirit in the top lane. That was until Palasan rotates in top and cleans him right up. They'll get the kill there. Nicely played. We're going to have a production intervention here in the studio. Okay. We have confirmation from the omnipotent production, who is never wrong.
We fucked up.
That KS is apparently the L. Now, God knows why he's such an asshole as to nickname himself L, but apparently that is KS.
I thought we had it. You know, I was confident. I went through. I'm like, I've got this. I've got all 5 of these abbreviations. But
I took your lead.
Someone had to throw me off.
I'll take the bullet here, but only after KS does. I mean, what the hell, man?
Yeah.
It should just be a K. Oh well, can't win them all. Skewer's gonna miss here, bottom lane. Tootie trying to be cute and clever, but Miracle easily able to dodge that one. Is level 6 now. May have some kill potential, but probably not on this Magnus bottom. He's beefy. He's level 6 nearly, and you don't really want to be committing too much onto him.
So for now, it looks like CSW kind of slowing things down a bit here. The Wisp hitting level 6 with the CK is going to be the next kind of big timing for them. CK just doesn't really flash farm very well, which is why this hero is not popular at all. You look at your normal Wisp partners, they can farm jungle stacks and all that, and that's where CK doesn't fit in. But instead it's going to be the Storm Spirit farming that. As we say that, Magnus does go down. It's going to be the first black hole of the game coming out of 5 ever. Not Lubby, KS.
That's some hate.
Yeah.
They use the Spirit Breaker ultimate. They're going to drop a black hole as well. Well worth it for the kill, especially on an off-lane mag who's getting so much. And a good time to do it. Wisp is level 4.5, closing in on relocate. You hold that black hole for 2 minutes. Wisp has level 6, and it's very likely that gank goes against you. As we see another chase on the mid lane. Oh no, Chibix down again. Skywrath trying to turn this. Might be able to even get a twofer. GoDz low. Will end up falling. Chains could be next. Palasan going hard in the paint. It's only a 1-second stun. And that probably is his death. If not to the Skywrath. No, it is to the Skywrath. He gets the double. Well played. Maybe Musica even dies this as well. Out of mana. Committed a lot. Only has 3 stick charges. There is no Spirit Breaker ult. So never mind that. Miracle unable to fully punish the rotation.
Oh, a lot of aggression around this middle lane. And well, I guess the good news is that your Skywrath at least gets a lot out of that. He gets up to level 5 as a result. Miracle refills his bottle with the TPing and Sniper. So he's going to stay active on the map. Charging down bottom lane. Doesn't really care about if he gets spotted here. He just wants to get back to the bottom lane. That's where he's going to farm. But he may even find a kill.
No vision, though. He's... Can't see. If they have black hole, he probably goes for that. But with no black hole, there's little chance they get that kill.
Yeah, 1 TP in, and suddenly that's being turned around. So they'll play things safe here. Miracle, decent farm treads. Picked up the 2 gauntlets, didn't go for the urn.
Hero Sniper. Musica going to jump in. He gets silenced, though. Palasan just doing work on this middle lane as that support. Skywrath made soon to be a core at this rate. Chains now taking another strike to the dome, and down he goes as well. A 2. Actually make it a 3 for nil. All 3 end up dropping there. They lose their Wisp, CK, as well as the Storm. And, you know, unlike the Tony, this CK does not have a whole lot of comeback potential. Sure, he has Empower. Sure, their Dire can maybe take Roche, but in general, he's just not going to flash farm the way a Tiny will.
I feel like you can't have this kind of a start with a CK. CK has to dominate his lane and has to dominate like that 10-minute stage of the game. He's not got that flash farm potential. Storm similarly is not farming very well. He's just got treads and Null Talisman. He's 0-2. Musica is not having the best time as far as his rotations are concerned. He's kind of died when he's gone for these kills a couple of times now. CSW got to be a bit concerned about their start here in Game 1, with 5-Ever just kind of getting a lot more with a draft that's not meant to do well in the laning stage in the early game part, with the kind of greedy jungle Enigma pickup.
Yeah, I mean, it's a sniper mid against the CK Wisp. We saw, like, from the 0 minute mark how potent that is. They almost killed him at level 1. And the pressure continued from there, but, you know, they get that slight early lead, and then as soon as they start giving up kills, it goes right back the other way. Suddenly, Space Cow, the most farmed here on the map. Bristle Boss close behind him. Ysera now hits level 8. Clears out the Ancient stack. Could buy that Vitality booster if he wants to pick it up, and looks like that will be the choice as he swings into the Secret Shop. Gets a little bit of extra HP and makes himself a whole lot more difficult for CSW to burst him down.
Even just your Skywrath hitting level 7 this early on. A lot of that does come from that incident where he got the double kill at mid lane, but that is ridiculous as far as XP goes on a 5-position Skywrath mage being level 7. He's got treads and double Null Talisman. This is as good as it gets for a hard support Skywrath mage. This is ridiculous. His damage output with level 3 Arcane Bolt is really hard to deal with for CSW. Wisp just gets blown up.
Miracle is level 8 now. He's got a charge online in 1 second. Pops the regen rune. Lots of opportunities here for him if he wants to try and set up a kill. They're bringing their Skywrath top lane. They have, I believe they have even seen the storm rotating through thanks to this observer ward. That would be the ideal target to charge. You get that Scarrow Silence off after the charge hits, and that's a freebie at that point. No chance he'll zip away. Could be the target here.
Yeah, CSW really need to make sure they kind of predict these movements around the map from the Spirit Breaker especially, because they need to have a numbers advantage to win a fight. When you have a Skywrath this early on, hitting... This is the stage where Skywrath should not even be level 6 a lot of the time. Like, 9 minutes in, a 5-position Skywrath mage who's kind of started off top lane, rotated mid. If he hadn't gotten these kills, he would not be as high level as he is, or he'd just be hitting level 6. But he's already had his ultimate, used it once for some kills, hit level 7.5, and yeah, the farm he has right now offers so much for his team. The rest of 5-Ever just doing amazingly well as well. At the same time, Bristleback, top net worth, thanks to the Ancient stack. Spirit Breaker and Enigma, number 2 and 3 as far as net worth goes. It's, in terms of the big picture, going very smoothly for 5-Ever here in the early game.
Well, they'll sit back now. They'll wait for the reconnect from your Chaos Knight. CSW, they do have a good ganking lineup, but I feel there's a couple of issues here. One is that 5-Ever have really good counter gank. They have Charge, they have Sniper, who if you don't jump is a very long range ganker, or counter ganker, can shrapnel you, can throw out assassinates as you retreat. And they have some tanky heroes as well that you really don't want to go on. The Spirit Breaker, the Bristleback already has the the Vitality Booster. Mech is coming out soon for Enigma. And not to mention the Black Hole. If you relocate and Enigma's in position, just Black Holes both heroes and very likely to give up kills. So they're the team that needs to apply the pressure, but they're going against a lineup that's very good at punishing that kind of tower diving. A tough position for them. Technically speaking, we're looking at, what is it, a 4,000 net worth lead, a slightly over 4,000 experience lead.
Very early on in the game. And considering CSW's picks, the Wisp CK was meant to dominate mid. Venge Storm as a safe lane duo was meant to do pretty well, although I think 5-Ever kind of adjusted nicely with their lanes by putting 2 heroes up top to kind of fight that dual lane of CSWs with a dual lane of their own. The Skywrath Bristleback at least matches up fairly even against the Storm Venge. And then they were just confident that Miracle 1v1 against the Magnus. Magnus has got a lot of his lane. He has hit level 8, but we haven't really seen Magnus have any impact. Normally if your offlane is getting this much XP and farm out of his lane, you want him to be at least giving a lot back to the team, because when you kind of come up with your strategy here, you're saying, okay, 5-Ever could theoretically, with a Skywrath picked up, Magnus could be level 2, level 3 at 9 minutes in. So you're not expecting Magnus to do lots, but considering he got the space and farm to get this kind of XP and farm, he needs to be offering something back to his team, which he hasn't done yet. It looks like he's kind of focusing more on farming his Blink, which will be nice once he gets it and helps it out, but I feel like even a rotation already should have maybe been warranted by 2D on the Magnus. But
by the way, I want to point out a sign of how sad this lane has been for Chibix. No points in headshot, just pure max take aim. Wants to stay as far back as humanly possible, even choosing to max it over the Shrapnel, which is, I feel like 9 times out of 10. Shrapnel is your build. Maybe this is the 1 out of 10.
I like the adjustment in this game. Just if you get hit by a Reality Rift, you're dead. So having the max range, 950 attack range, I guess why not? Reality Rift cast range is I don't know, like what, 800 or something. So I guess it works out pretty nicely.
It's only 650.
650? All right, that's...
Yeah, he does have more move speed, but at the same time, it's like, you have take aim? Great, we have a storm. Doesn't matter where you are. We're still jumping you.
That's, yeah, good point. So
I guess at this point in the game. For the landing stage, it could make a little difference in theory, but...
CSW don't want to have to rotate that many heroes mid just to deal with the Sniper, because then effectively they're losing their other side lanes, and if, for whatever reason, Enigma is sitting behind the Sniper at mid lane, suddenly it's being turned around on that fight, but... It's a lot to invest, bringing both your 2 main carries mid to kill a Sniper with the Wisp helping out.
They've tried for it. It hasn't really worked out for them, to be fair.
I mean, Musica right now, 0-2. Had just the 1 kill on the Sniper, or at least the assist that he got on the kill on the Sniper, and isn't exactly getting too much right now when he had the safe lane farm for his team. So we'll see CSW reconnect to the game, change is ready to go, hopefully, and here we go. We're back underway.
We're back underway. They used a bit of their pause time. Still have a little in reserve for this game 1 in case any more issues arise, but we get underway once more. 5-Ever with a pretty commanding lead here early on. It was a little shaky at the start, but now 4K gold, 4K experience, and change in position as they head towards the mid game. they are up against a lineup that has some wombo combo potential. Mainly coming from the Magnus. If you get that big RP, you're cleaving over the top. With your Chaos Knight, you can get some good minus armor going from the Venge. And potentially burst some heroes down. But I speak of that. Tootie is going to rush the Blink Dagger. No Arcane Boots. He got his bottle early, and it seems I think this is the build that you want to go for here. If he gets that Blink, suddenly they have a shot at just winning one fight and turning this game completely on its head.
Yeah, he's got to make that happen too. Chains is not going to be able to offer enough. Even when Magnus starts leveling up that Empower, it's still a CK. It's not like a true fighting carry in the sense that it's a PA with a lot of attack speed and crit potential. Mid lane, Chain's going to get charged up. There's your Nether Strike. It's going to come out on the Wisp, and they're going for both kills, trying to get the best of both worlds. The swap kind of sideways on Chains. The Assassinate may finish him off. Does do so. Down goes CK. 1-for-0 trade, even with the TP rotation. CSW, just defensive play, but they get nothing out of this.
Everyone's at full HP. They didn't even use the mech.
Just picked it up. Let's go. Tootie's at the mid lane. Doesn't have his
You know, I was
yet.
going to say, like, where's the Storm? But then you look at that fight. I don't think Storm kills anyone.
No, I didn't.
He goes in there. He probably just gets Black Hold and died. And dies there. They are going to have a Blink Dagger on Tootie now. And I think with that, maybe they find their chain of initiation to set up some kills. But it's not been easy. Ysera looks to make it even tougher. He's going to ramble on in. Goes on to 3-4-3. The relocate was already used. That was what Miracle was able to interrupt earlier, so there was no defensive relocate. There will be none now, as Ysera will drop his treads, just get maximum utility out of that magic wand. And hey, gods, let's just 5-man. Sure, we've got Spirit Breaker, we've got Skywrath. Maybe these heroes aren't known for their 5-man, but we've got the advantage to make it happen. Say 5-Eva.
Such a big family here. They've got 4 of the top 5 net worth heroes. Only the Storm up there. Your support Enigma, who's number 2, so he's not really a support Enigma. This is your jungle Enigma. It's your Sniper, your Spirit Breaker, your Safe Lane, and your mid. We're actually number 4 and 5. But at the end of the day, these 2 heroes are still getting decent farm and, for the most part, out-farming their counterparts.
Nice split push, bro. Musica, where are you going? As the Zip, not going to use it. Oh, no. Now silenced and smacked down. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, the Black Hole deployed onto. Our peak does come out. Ysera, however, is tanky. They'll bring down 1. They don't even get off the Assassinate. It looks like it is Ysera is on the hunt. They brought down 3 across the map. It's about to be 4 if Tootie can't get out of here. It's not going to happen. He'll fall as well. Your lone survivor is 3-4-3 on the bench. Can't even get the kill with the tower. From bad to worse, 5-Eva. It's been nothing but net for them over the past couple minutes. At 13 minutes in the game, gods, they're up by 8k gold and rising. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, this is a huge lead for the Singaporean squad right now. They've got all the items they kind of need as far as their core items go. Some of the heroes like Sniper are a bit kind of bit struggling for farm as far as where you'd like your mid Sniper to be, but this has been a Sniper reversed with CK lane. So as far as where he is right now, he's 3-2-7, has a Mask of Madness coming out. He's still got enough, and they're taking towers. They're just taking objectives here with the lineup, as you kind of mentioned, not known for its 5-man potential. Enigma, great at that, but the rest of the team, like your Sniper, your Spirit Breaker, Skywrath, these are not really true 5-man heroes, but such a big lead. They've got the mech timing on your Enigma. Also picks up an Ogre Club now, so...
And the best part is with the Spirit Breaker, you can't really split push. You split push, maybe you don't die, but he will force you back and prevent you from taking towers. We saw that earlier top with the charge. We may see it again as this game moves along.
Just gets from one side of the map to the other so quickly here.
Oh, that's a value ward. You want to push the tier 2? Great. You've got full vision for the Radiant team.
Oh, music
except for Storm.
They'll see him soon. Actually getting... 5-Eva's is actually the one pinging that out, so they may be looking to converge on Musikai. Gets the ball lightning out.
That's a hasted cow. He wants to come in. They get off the silence from around the tree line. They'll get the kill. This ward setting it all up. He wasn't actually out of vision. 5-Eva now make it 14-5, and there's no split push of any kind. They're going to try for it now, but it's far too slow, far too late. I think 5-Eva just push, maybe even just push high ground here. They're thinking about it as 3 congregate, continue to rise forward towards the bottom lane. There is the Blake RP. This might be the opportunity for CSW to turn it around, but you got to find the backliners. You don't want to go on this Bristleback with an Ogre Club Vanguard. The Enigma with an Ogre Club mech won't be easy either. They're not coming in just yet. They throw out a wave of terror. Ysera, though, working in tandem. with Chibix and bringing this tower down quick, fast, and in a hurry. Here comes your zip, but Musica, oh, in the end, finds Ysera, but he gets silenced once again. RP on 2. Did not catch the Enigma, but fortunately he doesn't have Black Hole as Musica retreats into the tree line, then jumps back up to the high ground. Ysera not dead yet. They've lost their Wisp. Who else is going to fall to this? They'll bring down the Chaos Knight as well. Now, on to Tooty. Urn comes out, Assassinate goes in. See you later. This is perhaps the end here in Game 1.
15 minutes in, this has just been a complete stomp right now. Rax at this stage with this lineup, there is no coming back, and CSW recognize that. They GG out. Enough is enough, they say. Game 1 goes the way of 5EVER.
Vicious. You know, guys, I think the thing that impresses me is not how fast they won, how convincingly they won, but the fact that they won without Miracle, playing a Naga, playing an Anti-Mage, playing some hard AFK farming carry. He played a safe lane Spirit Breaker, and they wrecked. And they did it after a laning stage that looked a little suspect.
And he wasn't even necessarily like the main carry. He's in the safe lane, but he was charging all over the map, just showing some great aggression here. Once they got past the lane stage of the Wisp CK finding kills, they were getting the job done. They were doing enough. So it was impressive stuff coming out of 5EVER.
Well, CSW, that's got to be a little heartbreaking. Not the loss, but more the way they lost. That said, it is a best of 3. If you're CSW, guys, what is your go-to strategy? You know this team pretty well. What's their best play to try and take a game and force that deciding Game 3?
I think you play around Musica. Putting one here as like the Storm Spirit's always good, but I think the CK was just a risky pick. Having the Magnus as the offlaner didn't really offer it. Like, if they went for a Wisp Tiny, it would have been a bit different, but I think having Musica on that big tempo control of the Storm, the Leshrac is good, but give him more space to do so. Don't have such a volatile mid lane. A Magnus in the offlane who, sure, I think Tooty actually does better when he's against dual lanes and tri lanes, which is weird to say. He does better when he has less farm, because there's less pressure on him to make plays happen early on. He kind of shines in the mid game, but there he's like, okay, I'm getting free farm in my lane, but I can't really come to fights too easily. So it feels like the fact that 5EVER took them out of their comfort zone was what bothered CSW in that game.
Yeah, by the time that Tooty picks up his Blink Dagger, it was a fast blink too for an offlane egg, but even then the game was already spiraling out of control. Well, with that said, guys, it is a best of 3. It might be a quick one at this rate. 5EVER looking revitalized, vigorous. They take Game 1. They'll look to make it a 2-0. As for CSW, they'll try to force that deciding Game 3. You're watching the